Hello and welcome back to my craft room. Just a relatively quick one today, just to let you know that we've got another arty collaboration coming up at the end of the month, and I have just realised I've only got 3 or 4 days until the end of the month, so I need to pull my finger out and get cracking. But I'm just going to let you know what's going on so that you can join in if you'd like to. It'd be really nice to have people joining in. So if you're a regular viewer, you'll probably know that back in the summer I got together with half a dozen arty friends here on YouTube, and we did a little collaboration which we called Inspired by Fairy Stories. We had such a great time and such a brilliant response to it that we've decided to make it a regular thing. We'll do it kind of quarterly, and this time the theme is Inspired by Forests, Woods and Trees. And so it's a lovely time of year to be doing it because I love the woods. I love woods and forests at any time of the year, but particularly during the autumn, I don't know. Yeah, there's just something about, I just love autumn. So I have been out having a bit of a whiz. It's been terrible cold wet weather here just recently, but the sun's come out, and now it's still very cold but the sun's come out, and I've been and collected a few things. I've got a few ideas going on. I just thought I'd sort of show you what I've got on my desk to inspire me, and see if you might feel inspired to join us. If you do, please share whatever it can be anything. I mean, really, it could be, well, I said the other day, you could make a cake inspired by forests, woods and trees. If that floats your boat, you know, you could do that. You could make ink out of mushrooms. I've made ink out of shaggy ink cat mushrooms, and one of our collaborators, Casper, is very good at that, because you can do lovely drawings with ink made from them. You could make a piece of art inspired by little creatures that live in the woods, or plants that you find in the woods, or mushrooms. I love, it's one of my favourite things, fungi foraging. You could be inspired by folk tales that took place in the forests, and it can be anything creative. It doesn't need to be a piece of art on paper. Last time Johnny made a sculpture. I think he might be doing that again this time. You could crochet something. It could be anything. It doesn't need to be a piece of art on paper. It could be digital as well. My son Tom's threatening to join in and have a go and do something digital, or do something with his AI software. That would be amazing. I hope he does. Anyway, so I thought I'll show you what I've got on my desk. I went for a little walk. We've got a park nearby, but I did actually pick up some really lovely autumn leaves just walking up the road to post a letter the other day, so you don't necessarily need to go too far, or just look online for inspiration. These are some of the bits and pieces I've picked up. So some of these came from, my husband found them. He volunteers at our local park, and there's a big wooded area in the park, so he picked these up thinking I might do something with them, and indeed I might. I can imagine those turning into little creatures or something, or becoming part of a wreath. See, that would be a good they're dropping seeds out everywhere actually. He found these as well. Again, would make a lovely part of a wreath or something, wouldn't they? These leaves I found just walking around locally, and these little fruits. I don't know if they look like cherries, don't they? But I've got a feeling they're some kind of plum. I don't know. Anyway, but I thought they were lovely and looked very autumnal. I think these came from a walk to the park. And so did this. So I've got all of these. You know, I could just I could make myself up a little still life, or I could make creatures with these, or I could make some Christmas decorations. But I don't know. I haven't quite decided yet. I've also got these things to show you. So this, I actually did make this myself, but I went to a workshop to do it, and it's made out of willow. So I thought, well, again, you know, that's inspired by forests, woods and trees. Now this is called a buttock basket, and you can see why, because of the shape of it. I probably haven't got the shape quite right. It should have more rounded kind of buttock shapes there, but you can see. I love it. I love this basket. I love all the different colours of willow in it. I love that it's really very much not perfect, but it is still very functional. I've had it for quite a while now. I've got a little bit there that kind of probably needs mending. I'd love to do more of this, but I think I maybe need to go and join another workshop and get a bit more practice kind of under supervision. But yeah, I really loved it. Sore thumb though. But anyway, so that's that was one idea. Oh, this is here before I forget. This is just a little felt thing I made from a cheap kit I got from AliExpress once. A little fox. Now you see creatures that live in the wood. I'm actually going to use this not as a wallet but as a needle case. and I love the autumnal colours of it. So I've just put these things together just to sort of and make the point that it could be anything. It's just there's such a lot of scope to this theme. I think that's why I've not settled on anything, because I've just had so many ideas. I can't settle. I need to at least get one done. I think in the last collab I actually made 3 or 4 completely different things. I did a customised Barbie. I did some kind of like a children's book illustration, and I did the lino print of the red shoes, which is a giveaway actually. That's gone off to a new home now. So yeah, I could do more than one thing, but I need to settle. I need to at least do one. Okay, so the last thing I wanted to show you, because I just thought this was brilliant. This is something I've made myself out of pine needles that my husband collected from the park, so he volunteers 1 day a week at the local park, and they do really, really good work there, keeping it all beautiful for us and future generations. Anyway, he scooped up a whole load of pine needles for me. I asked him to have a look and see if there were any, and he just came home with this massive bag full. Now, they're all kind of full of dirt and things, and you have to pick all that out and wash them and then dry them again, and you end up with this. And then if I was going to use these now, I'd have to spritz them with water just to soften them again. But basically you need to wash them, dry them out, and then kind of re-damp them to use them. And you sort of form them, you make little bundles of them like this. And I used I thought I'd left it in here, but I haven't. I used part of a big kind of thick shake straw to thread them in, because you want to keep these kind of bundles consistently sized all the way through the project. So whenever you're starting to run out, you introduce some more needles and you just keep filling up the tube. So essentially you're kind of doing this, making it longer and longer as you go. And the tube means that you keep them you keep that bundle the same thickness all the way through. And what you do with that bundle, which is the best one for me so I've made a little nesting set of baskets here, which is the best one to sort of clearly show you. Probably that largest one. I love the shape that this one came out. I wasn't very good at controlling the shape. I just let them be whatever shape they wanted to, really. So you can see there, I started off with a bundle of these pine needles, folded it over itself and stitched it together with twine. I used this old twine we found in John's dad's old shed. And then you keep winding the bundle round and round itself, coiling it round like that, and stitching as you go. It's really, I'll try and remember to leave a link below to a video that shows you how to do it, because I'm by no means an expert. The only downside of it was quite prickly, and I did get quite sore fingers, but some people, it's a very old art, this, and some people do amazing things introducing pattern and different colours of needles in here, and I think you can dye them in different natural materials and things as well. You can do things like weaving in pieces of things like lavender or rosemary or whatever to introduce a scent into it and a different texture. So yeah, I mean, that's another thing that definitely would count as a creative project. So inspired by Forest, Woods and Trees. So yeah, you can imagine there's a lot of scope. I even thought, actually, you could do a gingerbread house, couldn't you? An actual gingerbread house ready for Christmas, and that would be inspired by the Hansel and Gretel story, which to me all took part in a forest. So yeah, I just wanted to give you a quick heads up. It would be lovely if you joined in. If you would like to join in and create something, anything, any media, any format, as long as it's something creative that you've done yourself, just post it, either post it in the Arty Farty Facebook group, and then I'll definitely see it, or if you prefer, post it on Instagram or YouTube. Most of us will be making little films of what we're doing. Some of us are just going to be posting posting photographs on Instagram and that. You can post on Facebook, YouTube or Instagram. Use the hashtag, I'll put it below, but it's inspired by forests, woods and trees. All one word, all lowercase. I know it's a bit long, but I just wanted to find one that isn't kind of being used by lots of other people for lots of things. So, because otherwise it's just going to be overwhelming and we won't be able to find you. It might be an idea also to tag me just to make sure I see it, because sometimes the hashtags can be a bit unreliable, I find. Anyway, is there anything else I need to say? No, I think that's probably it. Oh, it just occurred to me, you could just do some straightforward leaf printing, couldn't you, with the kids or something, you know, or grandchildren. I might just do some myself just for fun. Do a bit of jelly printing with using the leaves as yeah. There's so much scope for this project. It'd be really lovely if some of you joined in. And but altogether this year there are 10 of us doing this collaboration, so I will link to all of them below. One or two of them don't do YouTube, so they'll be on Instagram instead, but you'll see from the links anyway. Yeah, I better shut up waffling on about it and get cracking, hadn't I? So it's actually the 26th of November today. We're going to do our big reveal on the 30th of November, so I really don't have very long. So if you want to post, you know, if you want to create something, post it either before that or, you know, we'll keep on looking for a couple of weeks afterwards as well. Photos, even photos. It's another art form, isn't it? Well, my photos aren't an art form. I'm not very good at photos. Flower arrangements. You see, you could just go on and on. Okay, I'm going to stop now and I'm going to actually get on and make something. Thank you very much for joining me. Any questions, because I'm aware that I just sort of did this really quickly and didn't think about what I was going to say. So if you've got any questions about it, please do just ask in the comments. I always check the comments. All right then. Thanks very much again, and I will see you again really soon. Bye.